Welcome to Dynamo Dynamics, winning goals to digital dominance. I'm your host, Danny Perry, and with me as always is my guy, Kai Peterson, and we're gonna bring you our unique fusion of football and technology once again. Kai, a lot going on. My eyes are still bleeding. So much soccer, so much going on. I've been trying to keep up. I know you've been trying to keep up, and between the two of us, we're still failing. What's going on? How do we rectify this?
I don't know. There's too many games and not enough time. Yeah. But, I mean, I've been keeping up with a lot of the Euros and the Dynamo. Just the Copa is a little bit harder for me to keep up with right now. But
well, lucky for you, I've been keeping up with the Copa and the Euros, less so than you, and, of course, the Dynamo. So let's start there. The Dynamo played at the weekend. We knew this was a very, very important stretch of games, maybe the most difficult stretch of the season so far. And hey,
3 points.
3 points. 3 points. So a 1-0 win against Charlotte. So contender from the East.
Yeah.
Dynamo, 7 games unbeaten. What's going on here?
I don't know. To tell you the truth. I think a little bit of it could be some players going out for the Copa, Copa America Cup, but also I think we found some new pieces and like kind of pencil them in the right spots. Mm-hmm. I mean, we scored in the 5th minute. That's an early goal, and we controlled possession that game. Yeah, the game was actually pretty close to statistically, like shots and everything, but we dominated possession, dominated corners. We just played better. We
scored in the 5th minute.
Yeah.
We can't gloss over that.
That
was
that's
quite
goal.
It definitely was, and it was after a great team move.
Definitely.
Bossy crossed it in. Ferreira, beautiful little chip over the defense, direct to Aliyu, and beautiful strike.
Yeah, I think Ferreira could be a big change. He's been playing great recently, and he had, I want to say 3 or 4 big opportunities,
really good chances.
Yeah,
really good
to
chances.
Score, and they weren't far off. They weren't like the Charlotte's attempts.
Well, Charlotte was pretty wasteful in front of goal. We'll leave it at that. We dominated possession, and as you said, the slotting Ferreira in, he seems to be a real find. The hat trick hero last week, and got the assist today. I mean, or not today, but got the assist in this last match, and he just looks dangerous every time he's in front of goal.
Yeah, I agree. He's kind of like just there at the right time. Like he like the little flick that he had, like that was beautiful.
It really was. It really was.
He put it right where it needed to be. And like you said, like last game against DC United, 3 goals. I mean, he can score, he can pass. Like I'm trying to figure out what he can't. I'm trying to figure out what he can't do right now.
Yeah, it looks like we have a real find there. Latif Blessing did not score a goal this week. Alert. But he was in the squad. He played in midfield this week. So his goal scoring run has ended, but the team still got the win.
He's all over the place, though. Yeah. He's kind of like Ferreira. He just in the right spot at the right time. He had a lot of contributions this past game, too, from what I saw.
Indeed. So we can't forget our guy, Steve Clark. 6 saves in this game, but 3 of them were of the absolutely spectacular variety.
Yeah, definitely. He's playing with the mask, so he's
kind of like Kylian
Mbappe, yeah. But yeah, he's great saves. I'm glad to see him back, even though we like the other guy too.
Yeah,
he
Tarbell
stepped up.
Really deputied well, but Clark is something special, man. He's really doing it in front of goal, and or he's doing it in the goal. And the team is solid defensively. They're controlling possession. The midfield has solidified with Herrera coming back. Ferreira up front has been a revelation. Blessing, super sub off the bench or slot him wherever. This team seems to be coming together.
Yeah, we're figuring it out, and I think right now is the perfect time to figure it out because we're playing against the most competitive stretch of games. We got 3 points and. If we get another win here out of these next 3, that's huge.
I would agree. Like I said, we're up to 6th on the table. We have Real Salt Lake coming up, and they are sitting at 3rd. They were 2nd last week, so hopefully we can drop them a little further.
Yeah.
That's a midweek game, and then we have the Galaxy and someone else, some other squad.
Yeah.
But the Dynamo are playing some really good football lately, good on all sides of the pitch, possession, defense, attack. So hopefully that form will continue.
Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, I think we will. I think we have a great chance against Salt Lake except we looked at them and they're streaky. They put up numbers, but we've been playing great defensively, so.
Well, it's what's the unstoppable force versus the immovable object?
It's kind of like that, our defense versus their offense. I mean,
absolutely.
They put up 5 against Austin. So.
And, well, we're looking at the match stats from the last few weeks, they've been putting up 5 goals, 4 goals, 5 goals.
But then it's like 0. So who knows? Hopefully we catch them on an off
Is there
night.
a pattern? Is it, are we on the 0 side of the pattern right now?
I hope so.
Okay. We'll just keep it at that.
A clean sheet would be great.
Yes, it would. Well, speaking of, you actually predicted the
1-0
match. You called the 1-0. So how does that make you feel?
I think that's my first accurate one this season, and I don't know what episode we're on, but probably 10 to 12. So, hey, 1 for 10 or 1 for 12, it's all right. We're on the way up.
I did say 2 more. We both got the goal differential correct, but you correctly predicted the score. You want to go again for Real Salt Lake?
Yeah, so I do think Salt Lake is going to put up numbers, but I think we're going to put up more. I think we will win 3-2. I think it is actually going to be a high-scoring game.
He stole my scoreline.
Hey, you told me to go first.
That was mine. I'm going with it as well. 3-2 to the Dynamo on the road against Real Salt Lake. So we shall see. This will actually, I think it would, if they pull this win off, I think everyone's going to have to really start talking about them as a contender.
Yeah, definitely so. I mean, we're in form. We've been playing well, so I think that would definitely have us in a conversation.
There you go. Keep the unbeaten streak going. There. So let's talk Euros.
Perfect.
We're at the knockout stages, and the first rounds. We're actually in the second round of games now. But the major powers are there. Some are looking more majorly powerful than others.
Yeah.
But your final prediction was Germany versus Spain. Germany versus the Netherlands.
Netherlands is my prediction for the final. I don't think England's going to make the final. And after watching them this past Sunday, I know for sure they won't make the final.
Well, my final prediction is England versus Germany. And I just have to say, Kai, that sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And if you watch the match at the weekend, England versus Slovakia, you will say they were lucky.
They were lucky.
They were lucky.
They're very lucky to score a bike in the 94th minute. Is crazy.
Yeah, and then a minute late into the overtime, Harry Kane shows up.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I can give props to the Bayern player.
It was lucky. Lucky.
But I mean, y'all probably should have taken care of business regardless. So we'll see next week.
I think
this week actually against Switzerland.
But who looks like the best team in the tournament to you so far?
Spain and Germany. I think.
Unfortunately, I've got to agree with the Germany part. Spain definitely looks to be the best team in the whole thing. But Austria is playing.
I haven't seen them in a while though. That's the thing. I gotta watch them play again.
Man, they have looked good, but the team that is the most surprising to me is Switzerland.
Yeah.
That is a complete team. They attack, they defend, they control the ball, they show up in the moments. I mean, they show up every big moment.
Well, Granit Xhaka, I think he's lost one game this whole year. Club.
In the Europa League
Club,
final.
Europa, and Bundesliga.
Yep. So keep the streak going.
Yeah, knock out England.
Don't knock out England.
but yeah, they've surprised me as well. I really, coming into the tournament, I did not think they were true contenders, but they could go to the final for sure.
So has this been with the big teams not quite playing up to the standard we expect to see from them, the Italians knocked out, for example, has this been an entertaining tournament for you?
Yeah, it's been very low scoring. Some games, there was a few group stage games that were like 0-0, 1-1, not too exciting, but it's tactical because a lot of those times the teams were like very small countries who don't have the high-level players as the other countries, and they have to play more tactical. So it's more interesting, but it is good football. I think now we're coming up on the really big games because we have Germany and Spain playing, and I think that's really a final matchup kind of game.
Like in any other year, that would be what you would want to see in the last game of the tournament.
I agree. I think they're the two best teams right now in form. They're playing both very well, so we'll see a great matchup there. I think the winner of that could probably win the tournament. But, anything can happen. And, France took care of business today against Belgium. Portugal's on right now. Don't know what they're 0-0 from last I saw, but there's still a lot of football to be played. And I think there's going to be one or two teams that, Romania could knock out the Netherlands. I've seen that, but I think the powerhouses are going to still.
Well, I do have the Netherlands advancing against the Turks. And I believe I have Netherlands going all the way forward. Do I? I can't remember my bracket.
You have them losing to England in the semis.
Of course, as they should, as they should. So that.
But hey, there's a lot of games. I would tune in. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely a good tournament. There's another tournament going on this side of the world as well, the Copa America, and right now we have a huge match as we're recording tonight. The U.S. team will be playing Uruguay, and who is leading their group, and it's a must-win for the USA in order to have a hope of getting out of the group. They need to not only win today, they need for Panama to not score.
Yeah.
So
we shot ourselves in the foot. We really did. Tim Weah got a red card, I think, the 18th minute.
Yeah.
You're
speaking of the loss to Panama.
Yeah, that kind of killed us. And then I think I said in our previous episode that I'm rooting for the USA, but I think the team that I would say would win would be Uruguay. And I think they're the best team right now. I think they're actually better than Argentina and Brazil.
Well, they're playing better, and they're scoring more, and they have, they have like for such a small country, they produce great players, and they always have they compete at these big tournaments, these big international tournaments, every single time. I still have nightmares by Luis Suarez biting people. Has he bitten anyone? Is he on the team? Has he bitten anyone this year?
No, he's not on the team.
Okay, well then.
Well, he might be actually.
He might be still biting people though, right?
I actually think he's bitten 3 people in his career, which is
3 more than most players bite in their whole career.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. Uruguay seems to be a very kind of a sneaky winner, a sneaky challenger for the title.
I think they have.
But everyone's calling Argentina. Everyone's calling it for Argentina.
Argentina is not the same team that they were 2 years ago. I said that about France too this year. Watching them play, they're not the same powerhouse. So all great teams have to go on a rebuild. So I think they're on their downslope. So
we shall see. Famous last words from Kai Peterson.
Hey, I was right last time. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well, we will see. The truth will be on the tape as we go forward. So thank you guys all again for joining us here on Dynamo Dynamics. And don't forget,
like, subscribe, follow us, give us comments, give us your predictions on the games, and go Dynamo.
Yeah, go Dynamo. Tell us what you think about all of this football. Are you dying? We are.
Nah.
Don't ever end. We need it all the time. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.